Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start today's episode. Invincible First Volume. Family Matters. Chapter 1 starts with Mark Greyson aka Invincible carrying a cyborg on his shoulder and flying over snowy area. Approaching a safe distance, he throws Cyborg in air and Cyborg explodes with a boom. The explosion was so powerful that it knocks Mark out of air and into the snow really hard. Mark gets up and heads back. Story gets a flashback to about 4 months ago. If you are new to our channel, then subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. In the next scene, Mark is sitting in toilet and his mom, Debbie, knocking on door telling him to hurry up or he'll get late from school. At this point, Mark is a normal high school kid with no superpowers. Mark makes it to the kitchen with time to spare and asks where is father. Debbie tells him that she doesn't know and says that he remains busy at work. Mark asks her to turn on the TV. A giant dragon is shown on news in Taiwan, and fighting him is a superhero known as Omni-Man. Mark says, well, now you know where he is. Omni-Man is Mark's father. Debbie says without any concern, that I wish he brings something nice from Taiwan for me. Showing that it's nothing serious for Omni-Man, and this is routine work. Then Mark goes to school where he meets William, who is Mark's friend, and asks Mark to join them at night for a party. Mark declines, saying that he has to go for work at Burger Mart, where he works for part-time. William apologizes, saying he totally forgot about his part-time job. Later that day at work, Mark is disposing waste in bin. He throws a trash bag in dustbin, but the bag flies in air and goes far away. This is the first time Mark has experienced such power, but he is not shocked, rather he is excited, saying, it's about time. Then Mark and Debbie are on dinner table. Debbie asks Mark to strat his dinner, your father doesn't seem to make it. Suddenly Omni-Man makes it to the table in very high speed. And the family dines. Debbie and Omni talk about his dance with Dragon, and we get to know that Omni-Man is writing some book and his publisher is waiting for the book. Omni-Man says that he needs a day off from superhero duty to complete the book. For that I hope Guardians of the Globe will help. And when they are talking, Mark says, I'm finally getting my powers. No one is surprised or excited. They acted like it's nothing special, and Debbie asks to pass some potatoes. At night, Mark is trying to fly at roof of their house. Mark is hesitating and is afraid. Then he jumps and starts flying. He is happy and excited. 2 weeks later, there is a robbery and one of the robbers is Titan, who is hired by thugs to deal with cops. Mark appears there and stops them. Omni-Man suddenly shows up in casual outfit and he does not like what Mark is wearing. Omni-Man takes Mark to art, his super suit tailor. Mark tries one costume. He does not like it and there are discs on suit, which Mark explained are solar batteries, as he was under the impression that Omni-Man power are solar based. Then suddenly a gridlock opens and Omni-Man leaves the scene before Art could tell him to take the other route. Art asks Mark, have you thought about superhero name? Mark says no, and Art asks him to think of you when you visit me next time and maybe I can add some of that your suit. In next scene, Mark is at school, and a boy is bullying some kid. Mark steps in. That bully pushed Mark. Mark gets angry and pushes him back, which was a bit hard. Mark is sent to principal office. Principal and Mark talk about what happened today, and while talking, Mark gets his nickname idea when principal says that you are not invincible. Another day, another robbery at a bank. Robbers are about to run away. Mark arrives and stops the robbers, announcing his name, Invincible. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 starts with Mark remembering when Nolen aka Omni-Man told his history. He said that he came from Viltrum. His people have superpowers and superior technology. There was no illness, no murder, no war. It was a complete utopia. Then we wished to share this with the world, to help less developed worlds. We would set a system of defense for planet, then a team would go and help population. I joined this committee and found Earth. I grew fond of it and convinced the council to add this planet in the list. It was less developed. But I came here all alone to better this world. I blended in and then I met your mother. And he tells Mark, who is just a kid and is playing with his toys and not interested in the story, that upon puberty you will get your powers. Mark asks with sparkling eyes, then I'll be able to fly. Mark is now on his bed. He goes for practice flying at night and meets Mauler, who is stealing something. Mark fights Mauler. And while they fight, Team arrives at the scene, which is a team of teenage superheroes including Robot, Rex, Duplicate, and Atom Eve. They fight Mauler and captured Mauler and took him with them. Robot appreciated Mark. A brief intro was there, then next day at school Mark recognizes Atom Eve. She recognizes him as well. There is a little chit-chat. Mark asks her to keep his secret. Then they change outfit and head towards Team HQ. Mark is worried that someone would see them, but Eve tells him not to worry, people don't see up. At Team HQ, Robot tells them that he erased Mauler's memory and dropped him where they arrested him last night, and he is tracking his activity. Then they go after him. At some other place, Mauler twins are stealing processors to power their machine. They are making robots. Maulers talk about what happened last night, and Team enters the room with a boom. They capture Maulers and Robot asks Mark to join them as he is very useful. Mark says that he'll think about it. Chapter 2 ends with a missing high school boy, lying on a public bench on a street, with his half-body turned into machine. Chapter 3. Flaxen Invasion. Chapter 3 starts with principal briefing about the missing students and asking everyone to stay sharp. Eve and Mark meet and discuss things about missing students, and it would appear for a moment that Mark has some crush on Eve. Eve clearly says that she is dating Rex, although Mark did not make any move on her, and that was that. Mark and Eve meet at cafeteria. Eve talks about more bombing, telling him that Robot is working on it. She asks Mark to join them at HQ, but he declines, saying he has work to do. Eve leaves for class. William joins Mark and says, "You both look good together, are you dating?" Mark declines. Mark quits his job that day and goes home. While washing dishes, Nolen, without knowing that Mark has already quit, asks Mark that he should quit his job as his time is more important now. They team up and go for patrol, and Nolen shows off by solving 2 cases in a blink of an eye and at the same time keeping the conversation going. Then suddenly Flaxens, an army from another dimension, invade through countless portals. Nolen and Mark engage with them. Flaxens are in great number. Nolen and Mark fight these aliens. As fighting goes on, Invincible mentions to Omni-Man that invaders are aging rapidly, getting old and dying in minutes. Flaxen run back to their dimension. Mark and Nolen head back home, and on their way home Nolen notices something wrong in a mall. Omni-Man picks up a boy. He was one of the missing students. He was a cyborg now, and there was a timer on his chest. Omni-Man asked, "Who did this to you?" And before Cyborg could answer, Omni-Man throws him out of mall, and the cyborg explodes in air. Mark says that he is one of the missing students, and all of a sudden a portal opens and a Flaxen grabs Omni-Man and takes him to their dimension. Mark returns home and tells Debbie. Debbie acts cool like it's nothing, and they eat their dinner. Chapter 4. Mark goes to Team headquarters to tell Eve about missing student and bombing. He meets Robot, and turns out Robot already knew what's going on. Eve and Rex arrive, then Robot asks them to get some rest while he works on the matter. Mark goes home. Debbie is now worried about Nolen. He's been away for many days now. That has never happened before. Back at school, Eve and Mark discuss the bombing and missing students. Eve tells Mark that we should look for clues. Mark does not like this type of work. Mark and Eve are talking in class. Their professor berates them for disturbing his class. After class, Robot calls Eve, telling her that he has checked records of their school employees. Robot is fighting some monster at the same time. Robot says physics teacher is the suspect. Robot asks them to search his house before police arrives there, to investigate. Eve and Mark arrive at Professor Hill's house, and to their surprise Professor knows their identity. He took them to his secret lab underground, revealing the 4th missing boy. The boy was Derek and was a cyborg now. It turns out Professor is also a cyborg suicide bomber. Mark grabs him and takes him far away from the site. He throws him